Hello, everybody. I'll ask for your attention now. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure everyone gets in the door. We might have a few more people come, but I want to welcome you. My name is Jill Hawthorne, and I'm the Associate Director of Family Programs and Engagement. I'm a proud Pitzer alumna.
What are you doing?
Sorry, my dog is barking. It's getting taken to another room. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to this Pitzer College International Welcome virtually. I want to say thank you to our engagement and annual giving staff members who are with us today. Shannon Speccarelli and Brooke Butler helping out, keeping us running here, and our family leader, and Yolanda Davis Quarry and Carolina Van Zee also on our staff. And then we also have some Family Leadership Council people I just wanted to quickly recognize. Ekta Champsey is here, Linda Kwan. Why don't you raise your hand when I say your name? Linda, Ekta, and then Linda Kwan, Hallie Kroner, she's also here. So welcome to everybody. And then of course our audience here. This new family and student reception is part of a series of virtual and in-person events over the summer to welcome the class of 2027. This reception is tailored to international students and their families. The purpose is to connect incoming students and families new to Pitzer. We encourage you to connect with one another and with the college community. We have outstanding speakers tonight who will highlight Pitzer College programs and resources for students and families. And during this session, we will have time for question and answers from everybody. And finally, we will review important dates in advance of family orientation and move-in day and family weekend. So without further ado, I would like to invite Todd Sasaki, Director of International Programs, to the virtual center of the room to welcome you and tell you a little bit about himself and the program.
Hi all, welcome. It's good to see some familiar names, names that I've only emailed a lot already, but I'm glad you could make it here, and it's really great. Thanks, Jill and Advancement, for setting up this family and students, new families and students session. It's great to do, and we look forward to doing it more in the future too. So I am the Director of International Programs here, and basically I work with all the incoming international students. And so all of the accepted students have received at least probably 4 or 5 emails from me already. And so we really want to take this time to kind of welcome you and check in to see how things are going. Right now, you should be focusing on getting your visas and making arrangements to come to Pitzer and starting to plan about what you want to bring. I think almost everyone that's here at least has already gotten their I-20s and things, so they should be on the way for that. And so I think what we really want, we're going to have a few sessions for the new admitted international students in the summer. So you'll be getting some information about that. Probably early July and early August, we'll have a chance to meet over Zoom again, to have a little more time for more in-depth international questions, and also to get a chance to talk to some of our students about what you might want to do in terms of what to pack or what to bring, or if you have questions about clubs or life at Pitzer or anything like that. So we'll have some time to do that as well later on in the summer, in addition to some other orientation activities, and a chance for you all to get to know each other and get to know some of our students first too. But basically, the other thing I wanted to make sure to highlight today is that you should all be planning to arrive for International Student Orientation, which is on August 16th. It's a few days earlier than the general move-in, because we have some things that we'd like to go over with you that are specific to international students, but also it's a chance for you to kind of get in a little bit earlier and get your feet under you and get ready for the orientation and orientation activities. So again, you should plan on arriving on Wednesday, August 16th, if possible. We'll have some optional activities that day, but the program will start, the International Student Orientation will start in earnest on August 17th, the Thursday. And so we'll have some different activities, a lot of time for you to get to know the other international students, as well as even, I think we're planning on having an activity with some of the other Claremont colleges on the Friday night. So you'll get a chance to meet the broader international community as well. But again, for now, should be trying to get that visa appointment at the consulate or embassy if you haven't done so already. Please feel free to reach out. You know, I love email, so please feel free to reach out and let me know if you have any questions or you're running into any challenges or things like that, and we'll do our best to kind of help you work through those or figure out some ways that we can help with that too. Again, I just want to say welcome, and we're really eager to have you arrive and to meet you in person. It's great to see some faces with some names that I've been emailing to. Question came up in the chat, what time to arrive? Anytime on the 16th is fine. Anytime that day. There's nothing that day is set aside for arrival. So there are some optional things in the evening for the people who have made it in already, but that's just up to you. It's just going to be some light hanging out and stuff. There is, if you're traveling alone, we do have an airport pickup as well too, so we can arrange for that and help so that you don't arrive to LAX completely lost and trying to figure out what to do from there. So, and then I'll be sending out some information about that later this month, where you can sign up for an airport pickup if you would like to. So. That's about all. And then also thanks for any parents that are here too. Happy to answer questions. We'll have a chance to break out later too. But if there's anything you're wondering about or have questions about for your students too. Yeah.
So thank you. At this moment, Todd, shall we have the student panel introduce yourself and talk about your experience, things you know that this crowd that's brand new students, international coming in, would want to hear from you. So I don't know if Jessica might want to lead off or Hassan. Sure. So we'd love to hear from you.
Start. Yeah. So hi everyone, my name is Jessica. I'm a rising sophomore. I am from Taiwan and I will be your international orientation leader this fall. And what should I say? Oh, I'm also part of the PISA, which is Pitzer International Student Association. So you probably will see me around pretty often. Yeah, that's it. Hassan can go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Hassan and I'm from Lahore, Pakistan, and I will be I'm also a rising sophomore and I'll be one of your international orientation leaders, and I'm super excited to meet all of you very soon. And I know that it can be a bit daunting, like traveling all by yourself or even with family to a whole different country. And I think we've been through that, Jessica and I, and other international students as well. And just know that it's a process that's super fun, and at times it can be challenging as well, but you'll get through it and super nice, and we'll always be here to answer your questions. A little about me, I'm part of Campus, which is an affinity group. I'm part of the cultural committee, so we do organize events. I have worked with the Green Bike program, which you may have heard of, and also I'm part of various clubs across campuses. So yeah, it's all super fun, and yeah.
Thanks. We also have Ana Hernandez maybe trying to join us, but she's having some technical difficulties. Rising junior from the Dominican Republic. We'll have a couple other orientation leaders too as well. So one of the things for international student when you first arrive too is that we try to have some of our continuing students be there as resources for you to kind of both before you even get here, but certainly when you do arrive, to ask questions and to kind of figure out how things work at Pitzer. There's a lot of time to have discussion with them. And so you'll have a chance to do that before regular orientation starts, and then also once the semester begins, they'll still be available to ask with questions about registration or how to get to your classes or which dining hall is the best or things to do, and all of those type of things you can get straight from the student sources. And so we do try to have a strong and supportive international student community, especially to get through those first few weeks of not just the orientation, but the first few weeks of the semester too, as well, and to try and make sure that we can talk to people who may need some support or just hear from people how things are going so far.
Great. Well, and if we see Anna come in, we'll make sure to introduce her. So, but at this point, maybe we can ask Brad Tharp to come to the virtual center of the room and talk a little bit about your area at the campus.
Sure. Thanks so much, Jill. Hi, folks. As Jill said, my name is Brad. I'm the director of the Career Center. And if you forget everything else I say today, remember that I say welcome. We're really glad that you're coming. I went to college about 200 miles from my home, and I was scared to death to go to college. What you all are doing is immensely impressive to me. So thank you for taking this risk and joining this community. We will look very much forward to having you here. So if it's okay, I'm going to dork out for just a second. I'm going to do a screen share. We're all tired of screen sharing on Zoom, right? We're kind of sick of it, but I'm going to do a little bit because my goal in just a few minutes is twofold. I'm going to try to give you a very brief overview of just sort of the ways that we can be of assistance to you generally. And then I want to focus a little bit more on what are some things that you could maybe be thinking about for the short term, right? And let me say right up front, in case I forget to say it later, we hope that your career planning and exploration will be a core part of your Pitzer experience. We do not expect that it will be for the first few weeks you're here, when you're learning your classes and figuring out your roommate and learning the campus and making connections and doing all those things. So please know we're here to support you in that process. But today I hope to just give you sort of an overview and then again, some specific things to keep in mind for those first few weeks. Does that sound okay? All right, I love thumbs up, folks. It warms my heart. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to do the dorky screen share, and I promise we'll do this as quickly as we can. Okay. Hopefully you can see that okay, right? Good. So I just want to acknowledge, I have no idea what day it is for you. So I just put them both on this first slide to try to cover our bases here, right? We're all over the place. So we won't go through this. This is our overall mission statement for the center. You can read it. I will not read it to you. I just want to emphasize the part of this where it says, we're not here to just help you achieve your goals. We're here to help you if you need to figure out what those goals are. So Pitzer does not expect when you come in that you know exactly what your career goals are. If you do, wonderful, and we want to support you in that. If you're still figuring it out, like most of us are, then we're here to support you in that process too. So that's why we say we're here to help you define and achieve your postgraduate goals. Here are all the great people. I wouldn't consider myself great, but everybody else on this slide is, who are here to help you in your career journey. Really, really wonderful folks here on the team. PETA, you'll see on the end there, we refer to this wonderful golden retriever as our friendship ambassador. She shows up in our office once or twice a week, but we don't tell you what day. So you just got to come in and see her and pet her and do all of those great things. So I do want to point out, in addition to these folks, that this is a list of names. They're just incoming, so we don't have pictures for all these people yet. But these are our career fellows listed here. These are usually juniors and seniors who are trained peer advisors. So they can help you do things like figure out what a resume for the US ought to look like, how to write a cover letter, to think about your LinkedIn profile, those kinds of things. Really wonderful people. Deanna Visazar, I'm sure Todd will know, Deanna is an international student and has been incredibly active and incredibly successful. So she will be a tremendous resource, a student resource for you as you navigate this place as an international student. So I'm going to go through these next slides super fast. again, we take a very holistic approach to career development here. So it's not just about helping you achieve those goals, but helping you to articulate what they are and helping you to be able to strongly name and describe the strengths that you're bringing to this world and to your work. So we have some opportunities to sit down and just help you think about what your goals might be. So almost all of the people you saw on that slide, we have the privilege of sitting down with you individually to help you think more about yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses. So one of the action items I'll say right up front, again, you don't need to do this in the first couple of weeks, but we would love it in your first semester if you came in and had an individual conversation with us, just so we can get to know you, you can get to know us. I think that would be really helpful. I hope for you for your time here. And then we have some other resources and ways to help you think about what you might want to do. We also have a ton of programmatic opportunities to help you explore the kinds of careers that are out there. So we know with the rise of artificial intelligence, with all of the changes that are happening in our world, new jobs and opportunities are springing up all the time and others are going away. So we want to help prepare you to engage in this world of work that's constantly changing. And we want to help kind of broaden your ideas about the kind of work that you might be interested in. So I won't go through these each one, but effectively all of these and more are opportunities to connect you with companies and organizations, or with Pitzer 5C alumni, parents, family members, and others who are working in different areas, so you can learn about that work and learn about those companies and organizations. And then, of course, we're here to help you achieve whatever goals you set for yourself in consultation with your family and with the communities that you're from. So we can help you develop the tools and the techniques and honestly build some of the confidence to take on applying to that job or seeking out a graduate school or whatever it is, looking for those internships. I would guess probably 2/3 of what we talk to students about is not just what they're going to do after they graduate, but what are they going to do next summer and the summer after that? What are they going to seek in terms of internships, research opportunities, fellowships, whatever it might be. Here's some of these special initiatives we have. Again, I won't go into all of these. Let me just briefly say, every other week, we have a focused opportunity to talk about graduate and professional school and what that might look like for you. Every week, we bring in a Pitzer alum or parent or family member to talk about a different industry. It might be investment banking, it might be social work, it might be sustainability, environmental sustainability, or whatever it is. We have workshops that we offer weekly on things like how to build your LinkedIn profile, how to negotiate salaries, how to put together a resume or a cover letter, those kinds of things. So lots and lots of opportunities to engage with us. And I want to briefly name, here's some of the resources that we had that are specific to international students. So, there are some particular challenges that international students face when trying to secure particularly full-time, long-term opportunities in the U.S. We want to be right up front with you about that, but we also want to support you in that process as much as possible if that's what you decide you want to do one day. These resources are to help you do that. InterStride is a wonderful new platform. It is not perfect. None of these are. None of these kinds of resources are, but it was built by international students for international students. So again, it's not perfect, but it is sort of the best resource that's out there right now that's geared toward international students. And then great partnership with Todd's office. We work together all the time to help you think about, again, those internships, on-campus opportunities, and those kinds of things. Just please take advantage of the consortium too. We will offer a lot of career-related opportunities through Pitzer, but one of the benefits of the consortium you're coming to is there's also Scripps, Pomona, CMC, Harvey Mudd, I should say Claremont McKenna and Harvey Mudd College. The vast majority of career opportunities at any of our schools are open to students from all the schools. So please take advantage of those. So now I'm going to shift to talk a little bit more about some things you might want to think about short term. And we'll get a lot of questions about looking for a job on campus when you first arrive. So let me say to that I'm going to talk about Handshake in just a second. Handshake is the primary electronic platform for career-related resources and events at the Claremont colleges. So if you're interested in working on campus, we will post open positions on Handshake. Most of them will come on in mid to late August, kind of right around the time class starts. You are welcome to start perusing Handshake before that. Please, however, don't try to log in until after the first part of August. We will automatically create an account in the system for you so that it'll be consistent over your time at Pitzer. If you try to log in earlier than that, it actually kind of throws things off a little bit. So, and we will communicate to you when it's open and you can get there. We will have an on-campus job fair. It's not 100% set yet, but it's probably going to be Thursday of the first week of class. That's on here. And then you will need some paperwork that you'll need to bring with you to get officially hired through Pitzer. So Todd knows about that, but it's also listed on this website, just the Pitzer Student Employment website. So you might, if you're interested in working on campus or eventually off campus, to be aware of those needs might be helpful to make sure you've got everything with you that you need. Good. I'm almost done, and then we'll do any questions. I'm going to skip that one for time. So here are just a few suggested action items that you might want to take. And when I say take these actions, again, some of these you can do before you get here. You can go in and activate Handshake, maybe even go ahead and fill out your profile. That would be a great thing to do before you hop on the plane to get here. You can also download a Handshake app for either iOS or Android phones. That's on there. It kind of just makes things easy. So those would be a couple of things you might want to do even before you start your transition physically to Pitzer. But then over the course of maybe your first semester, as I said earlier, maybe make one career advising appointment with us. You actually can do that through Handshake. You can also stop by most of the time and we'll work with you. Try to attend at least one career-related event at Pitzer and at the Claremont colleges. That'll just help you build some confidence and some familiarity with what this is like. Go by a career fair. Go to an information session from an organization. Come to one of our workshops. Whatever it might be, just build some familiarity. And then we'll be at the Student Resource Fair and lots of other places where you can learn more. For the families who are on here, there's some things we hope that you can do too if you're interested, ways that you can support your student. I'll tell you, just please know that for many students and to the family members out there, my oldest child is going to college this fall too. So I'm a little freaked out about that. I think you'll be fine, but know that I'm with you in this process. But to the parents and family members, know that for a student to change career direction when they're in college happens all the time. So it might be jarring for the student and for you, but hopefully we can support them in that process. If possible, in your child's career development, if there are other professionals out there that you could connect them to, could be really immensely helpful to them. And then I will say, ultimately, the main thing to realize, and this is really tough for us as parents, at least it is for me, is to realize ultimately the student has to own this career development process. It really is up to them with your support, with our support, with your direction. But they have to kind of own it. And so we want to support them in doing that. Then I've listed a few things. One of the best ways you can support your student is actually to help other students. When you help another student, that shows your student that they can see help too. And there are people out there who want to help them. So here's some ways that you can do that. All of this is information that you'll get at a later time from us too. The ways that you can engage. We love it when you submit job or internship opportunities, even international ones for other students, domestic or international, who are there. We have a great job shadowing program, and we have a platform just where family members and alumni can connect with students. So that's a lot of talking. Here are ways that you can connect with us if you want to. Our Instagram, I have nothing to do with, and it's pretty good. So you might want to follow us there. And I will stop there and thank you for the time.
Well, thank you, Brad, so much. I'm sure everybody learned a lot right there on screen. So thank you so much. We have an activity for breakout, but before we do that, I thought it would be nice to take a moment for the members of the Family Leadership Council to be able to say welcome to the families and students here. So I thought Ekta, if you could start out, and then Linda and Hallie, just say a few words about being on FLC, whatever you want.
Sure. Ekta Champsey. I have a daughter who just completed her freshman year. Her name is Isha. So if you see her on campus, say hello. I know where the international students are coming from, how you guys feel. I was one of you almost 2 decades ago. So came into the US as an international student and ended up staying. This is home now. I'm in San Diego and yeah, about two hours away from Claremont, and Pitzer's a great place. We had a great experience our first year, so I'm excited for you guys. Welcome.
Hi, good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Linda Kwan, and I am a parent of a first generation student. My daughter Madison graduated in 2022, and she obtained her master's degree this May. She did it in 1 year. That's how amazing Pitzer is, that she was able to do it in 5. She is a basketball player, and she will be on the coaching staff next year. And so my advice to all of you is that Pitzer has so many opportunities and adventures available for you. I behoove you to take advantage of it. My daughter was able to do it, and I know you can as well. I think her only regret with Pitzer is that she had to say no to some things. There's so many opportunities. You'll be able to do all your studies, all your weekends, meeting friends. The thing is that, you have meals with everyone, including with your professor, with check-ins and group sessions. So I don't have the words to express how great of an adventure and experience that she has had. She's returning also as a full-time employee at the Hive, which is located at the Pomona College site. And I hope you get to experience that. It's about, creativity thinking. And I'm just lost for words. I welcome all of you. I know there's questions. I did not go to college, but I consider all the Pitzer staff, every single one of them, as my sorority fraternity brothers and sisters, because I didn't go, but I'm still learning. And I encourage any of your family members to participate in the Family Leadership Council, because you will get to learn about the school in a different way, because at this level, everything goes through the student. I know you're going to white knuckle a little bit because the parents will not get emails unless they hear it from their students, but trust me, you'll get through it. Brad, I feel for you. I was there too. I only lived 25 miles away, and I still didn't do well. So thank you. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Ekta, me, and Hallie on the FLC.
I'm Hallie Kroner, and I'm thrilled to welcome you. And I'm thrilled that you've chosen Pitzer, and I know that you'll have a fabulous time. And I just want to add that to your parents, if they're there with you or you talk to them, that there is a way to stay connected by staying connected with the Family Leadership Council and so there's layers upon layers of making you feel like there's family all around. So you're very brave to travel where you're traveling and to come to this amazing college. And there's a lot of people who care about you and your families, and we want to welcome you.
Great, lovely. Thank you all so much. You can see how much Pitzer brings the family into the community. So please welcome your family to stay in touch as much as you can and want to. So this next part, we want to have the students be able to hang out with just students for a little while. So welcome back. Just wanted to see if any highlights that you wanted to talk about, or if there were questions that came up after your conversation. That Todd or any of the other staff members might answer. No. Okay. Well,
Happy to
let's
see your faces. Lorenzo, I'll be in touch with you about visa stuff too. I want to check in with you, but I'll send you an email separately.
Well, shoot, did we cut you? I hope we didn't cut off your conversation too quickly. Students, let us know. Did we? No, okay. I don't want to feel bad. Okay. Well, this is, yeah, just our final few moments to see if anyone has anything they've been wanting to say, or that they've thought about that would, that you want to contribute to the conversation, or again, any last questions from anybody here.
I just want to say welcome, and we're very excited to have you. You guys are going to have a wonderful time at Pitzer. The Pitzer family is wonderful, and we're here to support you in all that we can. So once again, congratulations on taking this big leap to come to the United States, California in particular, Pitzer. You're going to have a phenomenal time here.
Oh, I do have a question that just came up in my brain.
Okay.
So with Pitzer being a small school and, small classes and everything, I was wondering, like how quickly do certain classes who are in like high demand go full? And I also asked this because I know that we're going to be able to pick or at least list our preferred classes very soon. And I just wanted to know if I should be worried or not about it.
I would say, there are classes that are more popular than others and things like that. I would not be too worried about it though, especially for your first semester. One thing I tell all the students, international students, domestic, whatever, is that you can't do everything your first semester, or you don't have to do everything your first semester. So there's still time. It will go fast, but there still is 4 years worth of courses to take. And so and sometimes it works out that you may think you really want to get into this class in your first semester and it's full and you have to take something else, but you find out that that other class that you picked turns out to be something that, that maybe you hadn't thought you would be interested in, but it really turns out to be maybe something you want to major in or something that you never thought you would like before and enjoy. So I think there's also, when you register first years, all the sophomores, juniors, and seniors have already registered before you, so just be aware of that. But they're mostly taking more of the upper level courses. So, and there's still a 2-week period at the beginning of the semester where there's a lot of movement too for classes. And you'll go over all of this with your faculty advisor, so you don't have to memorize this now. But there is a lot of time to kind of switch in and see. So I think that's one thing I know a lot of students is on their minds when they first come in, especially as they're prepping to come in, is about classes. And I will say that there is time. There'll be both faculty advisors, student academic guides, as well as your other international orientation leaders can tell you what they went through their first year too as well. And that things tend to work out though. No one's ever been, I don't think to my knowledge, anyone's been totally derailed by their first semester by not getting into one class, but it's good to think about. And so I guess I would say also try to think of some other classes that you might want to take if some of the ones that you're picking are full. So have a list of more than 3, because you all have to take a first year seminar, but take, if you have some other classes that you have in mind, don't just pick 3 other and stop there. Look and see if there's some other different courses and have some backups in mind too as well.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you for that last question. I'm glad it came into your mind just in time. So thank you, everybody. Thanks to the students and the family, our staff, our colleagues, everybody here, the student staff. We're looking forward to having you get to introduce the great international students. So thank you. So what you'll want to do too is for families in particular, there'll be more information about family orientation on the move-in day. and it will be on the Pitzer website. And there'll also be more information coming for our family weekend, which is in November. So, and then we will have actually some family virtual talks that again will be accessible to everybody in their own home, kind of Pitzer at home. So thank you again to everybody. And this concludes our International Summer Welcome session. And we'll see you at the next event that you're here when you're here. So
I'll also add.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so international students, keep an eye on your email. We're going to be sending out later this month a couple of times for another Zoom. We'll try and stagger it. So sometimes it'll be late morning late night for some of you, or early morning for some of you, and then we'll flip-flop a little bit too. But we'll have a chance for you to ask more questions about, what do I need to pack, or what do I bring, or things that come up. We'll give you some time to prepare more questions in your head too. But also to hear from some of the students. What we like to do is let our orientation leaders talk about things that they wish they knew at this time last year, if they weren't here yet, or what they wish they knew before, what they wish they had known before coming to Pitzer. As well as some other things that you might want to be interested in or keep an eye out for. So we'll have a couple of those, and there'll be another one for the 5C, so all the Claremont colleges, specifically more about immigration and traveling to the US, including getting from the airport to the Claremonts. So those will all be coming up beforehand. And then certainly we look forward to seeing you on August 16th for orientation. And yeah, it'll be great to see you in person. It's nice to see some of your faces here. To put a face with the emails that I've been sending to you. So be prepared for more and get used to it. Jessica and Hassan can tell you they keep coming even after you start at Pitzer too. But yeah, no, it's great to see you. Thank you all for coming, and feel free to contact me if you do have any questions or something comes up later that you didn't think of now. Happy to respond and answer.
Great. Well, thank you, and have a great rest of your day and evening to everybody. Thank you so much from all of us at Pitzer.